Hello everyone who's still subscribed to me. Guess what? My name is Cassius, or some of you might know me as Hayden, and I am officially 1 month on HRT, testosterone. That is something I never assumed I would say myself, like out loud. I never thought I'd get here. I never assumed I would be the one to go on T. A lot has changed in a very short amount of time in my life. In less than a year's time, I've moved across states, I've gotten an official diagnosis, and I'm finally on some medication, and I started my medical transition. All of these things I've been excited about, and it's really taken me to writing this down and saying it out loud now to realize that I've got a lot of fucking shit done recently. So I'm on testosterone officially, but the way that I'm trans is a whole sort of complicated little story. And I love that. I love the complicity of gender. I love how confusing gender expression can be. The fluidity calls out to me, and my gender has caused a lot of good euphoria and just happiness with how I go about my life. I never had this big existential crisis about my gender as a kid. It wasn't a whole ordeal finding out I was trans. When I was 13 or 15, I don't exactly remember which, I had started going online more, making an account on Tumblr, and some of my artist friends and those who I looked up to identified as gender fluid or agender. And I went, hey, I want to do that. I want to be gender fluid. So I was. Contrary to popular belief, you don't really need to go through this whole process of who am I, what am I trans, am I not trans? You can just want to be trans, and you will be trans. Most people who want to be trans, or they wish they were trans, well, guess what? You're trans. It's usually that's how it works. And while I do have some body dysphoria, hence the whole HRT, I have always had more euphoria over my gender than anything else. My expression has changed constantly as I've grown. I went from gender fluid to a binary trans man to what I am today, non-binary, genderless, gay, and butch. Butch is my expression, and transmasc is simply the term I use to make things simpler for those who I work with and those who I live with. I'm transmasc in practice, so to speak. Testosterone isn't just about reaffirming my gender, it's to grow my gender itself. I feel with this change I can continue down the path of change that I've seen so obviously before me. Gender does not need to be solid. It's never been a solid thing for me. What has been solid in my transition, a rock sort of to tether me, is my race and its connection to my gender. I'm black, I'm mixed with white, and I go about my life constantly as a brown individual. My race is tied strong to my gender and how it's expressed. I've always been brown, just like I've always been trans, and these things interlock to create a balance that I can always rely on. My earliest memories are copying my father, doing what he did, dressing in his clothes, watching and consuming the media he did. My childhood was all about learning masculinity from a black man, and that is deep within me, and it's what's been flowering out the more I express the masculine side of my gender. My father, my grandfather, my father's friends, and now, in addition, my friends, my black transmasc friends, they are what I see of masculinity in its best forms, what I take from it, and that can never be separated. I'm not just transmasc and black, I'm trans and black. My gender expression is beyond just masculine, and it's beyond anything capable in a white sense at all. I have a lot of love for my trans brothers and sisters who are white, but my euphoria of gender comes from a whole different cut of cloth. I take my gender not from white celebrities and media, but from the ways I see other brown people live. And recently, more from my brown friends. I take their expression and they happily give to me a better view on things, something that makes me feel more grounded. I love my father and the good he's taught me. I love my friends, my trans black friends, and what they brought to me, a window to this beautiful world and its connections I would not trade for anything. You can't underestimate how important it is to have individuals in your life that not only share your gender, but share your race alongside that. My gender is affected by my race, my environment, my disabilities. It's affected by my mood disorders, my autism, the way others perceive me because said factors. Gender for me is a fickle thing that is changing constantly, and I really admire it for that. I admire my gender's ability to flow in ways that I envy throughout life. No matter what happens, I can rely on that. My gender is special to me, and it's special more so now that I get to live it out in such a solidified way, using testosterone to change in ways I will be more happy with. This whole experience feels like it just started. I feel like I just got my prescription for my tea. I just picked it up. It doesn't feel like I've done 4 doses already, especially with how clumsy I am with them, which is hell on earth. It's both fun and terrifying. And, well, needles are not fucking fun, I can tell you that. But it has been that long, and I've done this for a month now, and I have months and years ahead of me. I'm excited about my voice changing, the hair I'll grow, the body I'll grow into. I've been gaining more weight, which, alongside this journey, it's so exciting to see myself better in a body that's slowly but surely turning into one I don't just tolerate or I'm okay with, but one that I will adore as well. I'm excited to share this journey too. This was really fun to get out, and I hope it was fun and enjoyable to listen to as well. Thank you all so much.